Imagine if you spoke to a friend the way you speak to yourself. Think about it. If you spoke to a friend the way you speak to yourself, would your words lift them up or tear them down? For most of us, the answer is unsettling. We're kinder to others than we are to ourselves. We push our needs aside, downplay our accomplishments, and hold ourselves to impossible standards. But rarely do we stop to consider the damage this does. When you constantly criticize yourself or put yourself last, you neglect the most important relationship in your life, the one with yourself. If you've been feeling drained, unworthy, or stuck, it's time to ask, are you giving yourself the love you truly deserve? Here are 10 powerful signs that might be telling you it's time for a change. 1. You're always looking for approval. If you constantly seek validation, whether it's a great job from a boss, likes on social media, or reassurance from friends, you're giving others too much control over your self-worth. Depending on external approval is like building a house on quicksand. It's unstable and leaves you anxious or feeling lost when validation doesn't come. Instead, start cultivating inner confidence. Take time to acknowledge your own accomplishments, no matter how small, without waiting for others to praise you. Reflect on your strengths and remind yourself that your worth isn't tied to anyone else's opinion. 2. You struggle to set boundaries. Do you find yourself saying yes when you really want to say no? This is a telltale sign of neglecting your own needs. Without healthy boundaries, you'll stretch yourself thin, becoming overwhelmed, resentful, or emotionally drained. Start by identifying your personal limits. How much time, energy, or emotional investment are you willing to give? Then communicate those boundaries clearly. And remember, it's okay if people test them. Stick to your limits, and don't feel guilty for protecting your well-being. 3. Your inner voice is overly critical. What does the voice inside your head sound like? If it's constantly negative, saying things like, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never succeed," you're sabotaging your self-esteem. Over time, this critical inner dialogue becomes second nature, eroding your mental health and motivation. But here's the good news. You can rewire that voice. Practice self-compassion. When you catch yourself being overly critical, pause and reframe your thoughts. Instead of tearing yourself down, encourage yourself like you would a friend. Celebrate your efforts and learn to embrace your imperfections. They're part of being human. 4. Compliments make you uncomfortable. Do you brush off compliments or feel awkward when someone praises you? This often stems from low self-esteem, where your inner perception doesn't align with the positive feedback you're receiving. Learning to accept compliments graciously starts with believing that you deserve them. The next time someone praises you, resist the urge to deflect or downplay it. Instead, simply say, "Thank you," and take a moment to let their kind words sink in. 5. You're always comparing yourself to others. If you constantly measure yourself against others, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Comparison often leads to feelings of inadequacy. There will always be someone who seems to have more, do more, or be more. But this mindset blinds you to the progress and blessings in your own life. Shift your focus inward. Regularly reflect on your unique strengths, qualities, and achievements. Remind yourself that everyone's journey is different, and someone else's success doesn't diminish your value. 6. You can't stand being alone. Do you avoid being alone, relying on others to distract you from yourself? This can indicate a gap in self-love. True self-love involves feeling whole and content in your own presence. Use solitude as an opportunity to reconnect with your passions, reflect on your growth, and nurture your inner world. Over time, you'll find that being alone isn't lonely, it's empowering. 7. You work too much and never rest. Do you feel guilty when you're not being productive? If you tie your value to how much you achieve, you'll push yourself to the brink of burnout. But here's the truth. Rest isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Schedule regular downtime, whether it's a few minutes of meditation, a day off, or a proper vacation. Allow yourself to recharge without guilt. You'll return to your tasks with more energy, focus, and creativity. 8. You end up in toxic relationships. If you repeatedly find yourself in unhealthy or one-sided relationships, it may be because you're settling for less than you deserve. Without self-love, you might tolerate bad behavior, believing you're not worthy of better treatment. The key to breaking this pattern is raising your standards. Surround yourself with people who respect, value, and uplift you. And don't be afraid to walk away from those who don't. 9. You sabotage your own success. Procrastination, self-doubt, and destructive habits can all be signs of self-sabotage. Deep down, you might feel unworthy of success or happiness, so you subconsciously create obstacles to avoid reaching your goals. To overcome this, start identifying the thoughts or behaviors that hold you back. Challenge the belief that you don't deserve success, because you absolutely do. Replace self-sabotaging habits with small, positive actions, and celebrate every step of progress. 10. You feel invisible. If you often feel overlooked or unimportant, it might be because you're holding yourself back. When you shy away from expressing your thoughts, sharing your ideas, or taking up space, you fade into the background. The only way to break this cycle is to step into the spotlight. Start small. Make a comment in a meeting, share your opinion with friends, or express your needs to a loved one. Over time, you'll grow more comfortable asserting yourself and owning your presence. The wake-up call you need. Here's the bottom line. Loving yourself isn't just a feel-good idea. It's essential. Without it, you'll keep chasing external validation, overworking yourself, and feeling trapped in a cycle of self-criticism. The signs are there, telling you it's time for a change. Whether it's accepting compliments, setting boundaries, or silencing your inner critic, self-love starts with small but intentional steps. If any of these points resonate with you, take this as your wake-up call. It's time to stop standing in your own way and start treating yourself with the love, respect, and care you truly deserve. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future content. And if you're curious about more ways to build a healthier, happier relationship with yourself, check out our other videos. We've got plenty of insights to help you on your journey. Thanks for watching, and remember, you deserve the love you so freely give to others.